I used to believe that love was a weakness, a foolish emotion that clouded the mind and led to failure. But now, I see that I was wrong. Love is the most powerful force in the world, and it was the very thing that allowed Harry Potter to defeat me. I must admit, when I first realized that love was the key to Harry Potter's victory over me, I saw it only as a tool to be used for my own gain. I sought to harness its power for my own selfish purposes, believing that it would help me to achieve my goals. But something unexpected happened along the way. As I began to immerse myself in the world of love, to truly understand what it meant and how it worked, I found myself changing. I became a more caring and empathetic person, one who was no longer capable of the cruelty and destruction that had defined my previous existence. It was a gradual process, one that took many years and involved many struggles. But in the end, I found that I simply could not return to my former ways. The power of love had transformed me too deeply, and I could no longer bring myself to do harm to others. I know that my past actions were unforgivable, and that many will never be able to trust me again. They ultimately paved the way for all the people who turned evil, especially for Harry Potter himself. I transformed this world into a place where grief, hate, and power are the driving forces. But I am committed to spending the rest of my life making amends, using my newfound empathy and compassion to help those in need and to fight against the forces of darkness that once consumed me. I cannot change the past, but I can shape the future, and I choose to do so with love, and hopefully your help.
I used to believe in justice, in equality, in the idea that every witch and wizard deserved a fair chance. But then I learned the hard way that the world doesn't work that way. The more I saw how the purebloods treated me, a mudblood, the more I realized that justice and fairness were just fairy tales. They were lies that the purebloods told to make themselves feel superior. I've been called mudblood more times than I care to remember, and every time I hear that word, I feel a surge of anger and pain that I can't control. It's like a poison that's been injected into my veins, and it's slowly killing me. I used to think that I could channel that anger into something positive, into something that would help others like me. But then I realized that the world doesn't want to change. It's comfortable in its prejudice and its hate. It's easier to label people, to put them into neat little boxes, than it is to try to understand them. And thankfully, Harry showed me how to deal with it, how to embrace the darkness. So I decided to use my anger as a weapon, to become the very thing that they feared. And it felt good. It felt powerful. I learned everything about the dark arts. I gained power you know who could only dream about. Now no one can stop us from giving justice to the world. Our justice. No one will stop us when we take revenge on the purebloods for their deed.
I was a hero, fighting against the forces of darkness and striving for what was right. But something happened along the way, something that twisted my thoughts and turned my heart to darkness. I saw the world in a different light, one where power and control were the only things that mattered. Love, empathy, and compassion were seen as weaknesses, things to be exploited by those who were strong enough to use them to their advantage. Dumbledore, the man I once trusted with my life, had used me as a tool, pushing me into situations I was not prepared for and expecting me to bear the weight of the world on my shoulders. My anger and resentment towards him grew with each passing day. It was then that hate began to seep into my heart, driving out all thoughts of love and compassion. I saw those around me as obstacles, mere stepping stones on my path to power and revenge. And so I turned to the dark arts, seeking power and control above all else. I reveled in the pain and suffering of others, relishing the destruction I caused. I had become the very thing I once fought against. Once, I was the chosen one, the hero who stood against the darkness and fought for what was right. But as time passed, I began to see the world for what it truly was, cruel and unfair. People I loved were taken from me, and the pain of their loss consumed me. It was only when I saw the true cost of my actions, the lives I had destroyed, and the pain I had caused, that I realized the depth of my mistake. But by then, it was too late. The darkness had consumed me, and I was unable to turn back.